So yeah, be sure to bully me with that as much as you feel, as much as you're to your heart's content. Hey guys, good morning. Good morning number 3 today. I'm really excited today because we're doing something a little bit different. As you know, at the end of my last video, yesterday's video, I asked you to write in questions, and I got a decent amount of them. So that's what I'll be doing today. I'll be answering your questions. Hopefully, I can answer them in a way that is comprehensible and doesn't take an hour a question. So let's just hop right into it, I suppose. So, Bruh Button on YouTube asks, what is your favorite song of all time, if you can pick one, in parentheses. I'm glad you said if you can pick one, because I really can't. I can give a couple of my favorite songs. I really enjoy Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds by the Beatles. Just about anything that Chris Stapleton writes. Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue. It's so hard for me to pick a favorite song I have. The biggest playlist that I have is over 400 songs, and at one point or another I've considered all of those to be my favorite song. So it's a little bit tough. I just love music so much. I connect with so many songs on a very personal level. So it's sort of hard to pick a favorite, but I hope I was able to at least help you get an understanding. Abhinav _09 on Instagram asks, what is your favorite shade of green? Now, I always like green when it has a little bit of blue mixed in there, so I'd probably have to say like a turquoise, or a teal. I also like very, very dark shades of green, like the tie in my profile picture. Yeah, that's a really nice shade of green, like hunter green-ish. Yeah, very nice shade of green. Also, like a nice emerald green, if it's shiny enough, then that's also very nice. I don't like the color of like the Nickelodeon slime. I think that's just kind of gross looking. Lime green, I think, also is just eh. And then the more yellowy kinds of green, I'm not a big fan. I'm curious to know what your favorite shade of green is as well. Josh Smith 03 on Instagram asks, will you be doing movie and TV reviews? Now, I think he asks this because in a couple of videos ago I said that I really enjoy doing it, and the last channel that I had, that was the entire point of it, was movie, TV, and video game reviews. Now, short answer is probably not. This channel rather, is more for commentary on more abstract things. It's entirely possible that I will, if I go to see a movie, or it'll be more of an inconsequential review. I won't be doing the hour-long reviews that I've done before in the past. But yeah, no big reviews, just small little ones. More like, you should see this movie, or yeah, you should go buy this movie. Derek Dothan asks, what are your favorite and least favorite movies? That's a bit of a loaded question. I have a lot of favorite movies, same with songs. It's pretty much in the same boat, but I can narrow it down much more as far as movies go. My favorite movies, I really love Tarantino movies, and my favorite among them are probably Inglourious Basterds, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Pulp Fiction. Outside of those movies, I enjoy the Dark Knight trilogy, the Batman movies that star Christian Bale and were directed by Christopher Nolan. A bit of a cop-out, I know, but I really enjoy them. I'm not huge into Marvel movies, but I'll watch them. It's just not really my thing. I don't. I don't super like action comedy movies. I think the market is just oversaturated with them, especially now since Marvel's gotten really huge. Because honestly, my favorite Marvel movies are Civil War, Winter Soldier, and Iron Man 1. So yeah, I'm not super big into the MCU, especially now. I'm looking forward to some of the things in the future of the MCU, just not really too much. I'm not gonna really seek them out. My least favorite movies, I actually sometimes like bad movies, purposefully bad movies, a little bit less so, but movies that are accidentally bad aren't really the worst. The worst movies are movies that try to be the best movie ever, but just fail. I hate mediocre movies, and so I just really don't like movies that don't try at all. I'm kind of drawing a blank at movies that go along those lines, but probably like essentially big franchises that you get, and after a certain point they just stop trying. Like the last couple of movies in the Pirates of the Caribbean line, they did just stop trying. They still had just as big a budget, but none of the heart left. And so those are really some examples of really bad movies. Movies that break your heart really are the worst. The ones that you really want to be good, but then they're just fine. Some people would expect that I would put like Rise of Skywalker or The Last Jedi up in my worst movies of all time. But no, actually, I do love Star Wars. It is like one of my favorite franchises of all time is Star Wars. I delve into Star Wars like I'm dumpster diving. But I actually, first off, I really love Rise of Skywalker. It's not my favorite Star Wars movie. That'll always be Empire Strikes Back. But I think that it's good. I love it. It's just something that I can forgive its faults because I just am so attached to. People say that they don't like Rey. People say that Rey is a Mary Sue. I disagree. She can be at times a little bit, but overall, I just really enjoy what she's done and what she's brought to the franchise. So yeah, I really enjoyed The Rise of Skywalker. The Last Jedi, I just sort of pretend that it doesn't exist because even though it does have some really great scenes, like the duel between Kylo and Luke, even though it doesn't really happen. The fight between Rey and Kylo against all of the throne room scene, essentially, and of course the Holdo maneuver. Even though it's sort of ruined naval battles, Star Wars naval battles, I appreciate the cinematography of it so much. All the music stops, everything is silent, and then just I just love it a lot. So yeah, those oddly enough don't rank in my least favorite movies. So let's move on here. I think I spent enough time on that one. Colin_Dreyer on Instagram asks, my favorite anime and why. Generally speaking, my favorite anime tends to be the one that I'm watching in that moment. But the one that has really surpassed that and has made me just love it even after I finished watching it is Death Note. I went through an emo phase. I did. Some might say I'm still in that emo phase. I'm just a really, really happy emo. I would disagree with that. I'm not necessarily an emo anymore, but I still love Death Note. I think that the symbolism in Death Note is absolutely amazing. I think that the music in Death Note is awesome. I think that the characters in Death Note are written spectacularly. I think that it drops off towards the end in quality a little bit. Because there are just some sort of, we'll call them asspholes, because that's exactly what they are. Fifth act assholes. So it sort of just declines in quality a little bit, but not enough to make me hate the entire series. The fact that it was only one season makes it just amazing, because they didn't try to extend it and grab all the money that they could out of it. I'm glad that it ended where it did, and I'm glad that it did what it did. It was absolutely amazing. If anyone ever wants to talk about Death Note, please hit me up. I really enjoy it. Other than that, I really got attached to Naruto. I know that it's not technically great. I know that it's just sort of, the big three shonen anime, or the big four, I guess you could say, with Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball, and Fairy Tail. Some choose not to include either Fairy Tail or Dragon Ball, but I'd say those are really the biggest shonen out there. But I fell in love with Naruto. It wasn't exactly my gateway anime, but it helped me along the line to figuring out what exactly I enjoy and what exactly is good and bad. And there are some moments in there that I genuinely cried at. It's something that with emotional attachment, you can really only get from being with characters for years upon years and watching them go from this little annoying preteen brat to, this world tier, some would even say universal tier, of just badass. I think Boruto then ruined every single thing that I loved about Naruto. So I don't enjoy talking about it. Boruto just doesn't exist. Thank you. Other than that, right now I'm currently watching Cowboy Bebop. I enjoy it so much. It might just overpass Death Note by the time I finish it. It is just so amazing, and I can't even really explain it, because just the feel of it, the vibe that it gives off, just is so amazing. The characters of Spike and Jet, Spike especially, I just love it. I can't get enough of Spike. So there'll be an update on that in the future, whether Cowboy Bebop surpasses Death Note. I have a feeling it might just. So on to the last question. Z.Law5 asks, one thing that you took away from your time in CAP. CAP, for those of you that don't know, stands for the Civil Air Patrol. It's an auxiliary of the United States Air Force. It's officially a part of the United States Air Force. It's made up of two groups. Cadet, which is all, minors, all under 18, and then the senior members who are all over 18, and they sort of act as the guides for the cadets, the younger people. I really enjoyed it for the most part. Towards the end, I could not deal with the things with the demands that my squadron put on me, so I kind of just pushed it away a little bit. But honestly, I can say that my time in CAP really taught me a lot. It taught me that I hate short hair. You can tell, and I've really cringed watching back the videos and having to edit these videos, because it's, as much as I don't like short hair, this is just a little bit unmanageable. So yeah, CAP really did teach me a lot. It taught me leadership. It taught me how to be a good leader. It taught me how to be a good follower as well. It taught me how to take care of other people. It taught me how to look after a team. It taught me responsibility for my actions. It taught me responsibility for my improvement. The biggest thing that CAP really instilled in me was improvement. That stagnating is not good. As much as I did stagnate in Civil Air Patrol, I only ever made it to staff sergeant as far as rankings go, which isn't super high. It's only really the first milestone. But it did get me my girlfriend, which is nice. I appreciate that. Hi. But it's, as much as it did teach me, it also did a bit of harm as well. It sort of, as much as it made me respect responsibility, it also made me really dislike it because of everything that, by the end of my Civil Air Patrol career, even though I was only a staff sergeant, I was in charge of so much at my squadron. And on top of all my other responsibilities elsewhere, it just sort of pushed me, and it just pushed me over the edge. It was a little bit more demanding than I really wanted. But I respect that, the fact that I was given just a tiny bit more than I can handle, because that's what you need to grow. I really appreciated all of my summers spent at the Butler County Fair, out in the hot sun, getting second-degree burns, which happened on more than one occasion. But also the friends that it got me along the way. Lofgren, you're up there with him. But other people like my secondary parents, I got from Civil Air Patrol, and so many friends, Noelle, Lydia, Rachel, and so many more, Maddie, Emma. I would be hard pressed to name all the friends that I made from CAP, because there are legitimately so many, and I'm not in contact with all of you right now. I wish I could change that. There are some people that I really wish I could go back and just say, hey, I know we're acquaintances, but let's be friends. Because there are some really interesting people that I really wish I could have gotten to know better from CAP. There's not really one thing that I took away from CAP, because it helped shape who I am today. So thank you everyone for all of your questions. I hope that I was able to answer them all adequately, because I really appreciate all of my viewers. I really appreciate everything that you've been doing for me so far. I want to work hard for you guys. I want to make content that you guys will enjoy. Or if nothing else, content that you can, have in the background. Something that you can just throw on while you're working on dishes or mowing the lawn. I hope that I can really mean something to you guys, because that would really, I would really appreciate it. If I'm always open to questions. I might make this, a segment at the end of every episode where I answer questions. I might make it a weekly thing, where one episode a week I just let you guys ask questions and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I don't know. That might be just a good Monday thing. I know I say "so yeah" a lot. I was editing a video yesterday and I cut out so many "so yeahs." So yeah, be sure to bully me with that as much as you feel, as much as you're to your heart's content. Oh my goodness, I almost said it again. Have a nice day, guys.